Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give my honest thoughts on how that's being ran. And today, for some reason, I'm completely invisible. Hopefully fix that tomorrow. But before we get into today's game, I want to give a huge shout out to Trent Middleton, who's my most recent Patreon supporter. He just backed yesterday. I'm getting close to $100 a month, so huge shout out to Trent and my other Patreon supporters. But right now, I'm very excited to be checking out the 10th most popular project in all of games. It's Fliptown, strategic flip and write game for 1 to 4 players. Be the best in the West in Fliptown, a strategic flip and write game for 1 to 4 players. So I will say, I don't like the use of space here, because you literally just said it's a strategic flip and write game for 1 to 4 players right here. I know that information. Whereas you then just say the exact same thing right here, and I think this is where I'd like to know maybe the time length. I think, and here's the other thing. Spoiler, I saw this on Board Game Geek, and that's what really attracted me to this game, was I saw the mat that you're actually going to be writing on, and that's what intrigued me. So the main image, I feel like maybe spotlighting the components would be a little bit cooler, but something it's doing is keeping this in the top 10, and I gotta say kudos to that, because you look up here, 115,000, 606,000, 215,000, 1.5 million, 21,000. So this one is holding its own, so something it's doing in the back end is keeping people coming back to it. So I imagine this is going to be a somewhat engaging Kickstarter, and I'm excited to check it out. Let's go. I do like the fact that it at least mentions that it's 1 to 4 players and the primary mechanism of the game, which I think is always super important to do. But 1,413 people have made this possible. Let's check out the video. As always, what do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Fliptown is a strategic flip and write game for 1 to 4 players that plays in about 30 to 45 minutes. In Fliptown, you'll try to earn the most stars by
Now that is a smaller box, and I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. They're using the dry erase marker format here. This reminds me of I don't remember the name of the game. It was a game Tasty Minstrel Games did, where they just had a dry erase board. It was inside a box about this size, and I'm all about that. I'm a big fan of this idea here. And I do like the fact they're showcasing already it's a smaller box, because Monday, more than likely, Monday's...
Earn the most stars by exploring a Wild West town, collecting items to improve your character, and unlocking combos to increase your score.
Cool.
Each turn, 3 cards will be flipped over. Assign 1 as your suit card, 1 as your value card, and 1 as your poker card. Your suit dictates which of 4 regions you'll visit. Your value tells you which site you get to circle within that region. And your poker card goes toward building your 5-card poker hand. After 3 rounds, tally your score to see if you're the best in the West. The game also includes robot opponents for solo play, bounty cards for competitive play, and 14 characters to choose from. Thank you for your support in helping make Fliptown a reality.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That I got a grasp of the game. Do I know exactly how to play? No, but I got a good grasp. It looks like something I want to do. I mean, as soon as you learn, the one core round, it's like second round, third round. So I'm digging this. Short, sweet, to the point. I agree. Like that video. So after the video, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? How much is it? Not sure on that yet. Let's get to it. So first grade, 79 and back. So that makes you look like a member of the community, which is always a good thing. Steve Armani is an avid board gamer and game designer. Sprawlopolis, Circle of the Wagons. I think I've played that one. Animal Kingdoms, Tricky Tides, and many more. Fliptown, which he also designed, is the first title under his game company, Right Stuff Games. And hopefully... they tell me about what his best game is, like the creator of blah, blah, blah. So hopefully, at least I think it's... What I'm saying is I'm hoping it's spotlighted more in here as well, because I doubt most people click on there. But actually, you know what? Never mind, I take that back, because look, they put that right there. Now that's someone who knows how to utilize their space. Look at that. Perfect. That's the thing I want to know. Can you do it? Yeah, I can design games. I've done all these other games. Fantastic. A Wild West flip and write game for the designer Sprawl, and look at that. They're going right back to the well. Yes, I've designed games. Even if you don't look over here, you see it here, and I like that. It makes me feel more comfortable. Because can you do it? If you've designed these games and they have come out, that means you're deeper into this hobby than a lot of people that have done Kickstarters before. It means you've worked with publishers. It means maybe you've worked on the manufacturing side and you've had to contact manufacturers and stuff like that. It looks good, and I like the fact that they're spotlighting that. Just bam, right in the face. Love it. Half-point grade bump up for that. That's so well done, I think. 30 to 45 minutes, 1 to 4 players, 14 plus. Fliptown is a strategic flip and write game for 1 to 4 players. I am sick of you telling me that. That's like the 4th time. which you're trying to earn stars. What is a flip and write or flip and fill game? Simply, it's a game that uses the mechanism of flipping over cards, taking actions, recording your progress on a personal board. How will you earn your spurs in this untamed land? Will you help settle town, blaze a trail of new discovery, mine for gold, or turn to a life of lawlessness? And that's what I was really hoping for here with all of this, was there was going to be different choices, different paths to victory. I think because for a game like this to succeed, it succeeded, I should say, at getting to the table numerous times. I always feel like there needs to be, like, oh, next time I want to try this, or maybe I'll try a combo of this and this. I think that's what keeps people coming back to games a lot of the time. Fliptown has fun, combo-driven gameplay. Beautiful. I love it. Many paths to victory. Unique play that uses a standard poker deck. Okay. Solo win. I mean, that's nice to know that it's also just a standard deck of cards if you ever needed it, but it's like, okay. Solo win-loss conditions with 4 cowboy robot opponents. Fantastic. 56 different robot character combinations. I don't know what that means, but it sounds impressive. Small footprint, compact box. Steven knows how to sell himself. He knows how to sell his game. I'm loving this so far. Guy, I want the price. I just want the price. Like, hit me with the price already. I'm ready, because I'm sure it's probably going to be a pretty good price. For the size of that box... Like, I feel like we're beating around the bush on the price way too hard here. Each turn, flip over 3 cards from the deck. How you assign each of these cards will determine what you do. We got to put in the 3 spots. Yep, if I want to get into the weeds, hopefully there's a gameplay video down here as well. Fantastic solo play. This game includes a high score comparison chart if you just want to play and see how many points you can score. Compete with your own Wild West ranking. It also includes a posse of cowboys, so that's cool. Hitting all the key words for that algorithm. I agree. Like, this looks really good. Simultaneous competitive play for 2 to 4 players. Play as one of 14 Wild West characters. Fliptown is hands down my favorite game of this genre. It's thematic, elegant, and beautifully designed graphically and gameplay-wise. Okay, solid. One of the best games of the genre. Daily Spot. I mean, that's no small words. Daily Spotlight. So this is something where you're going to spotlight something that's happening, a different component in the game every day, it looks like. He didn't hold back any content or cuts corners on production. There's no quality in this game. So there will be no stretch goals. However, we're excited to bring you a daily spotlight that highlights extras that you can fold into the standard game to increase replay value. So this is an interesting strategy. I saw a company do this last week as well. I don't remember what the name of the game was, where they didn't have daily unlocks. They didn't have stretch goals. It was, hey, we're going to slowly unveil aspects of the game to you and focus on specific spots of it. And I remember being super underwhelmed about that. However, with this one, I feel less underwhelmed. And I think maybe the reason why is because it's like, all right, you know about the base game now, but we're going to really spotlight how this game is going to have legs, the different variants, the different cards and stuff like that. It was the G.I. Joe game. Thank you, Sean. It was the G.I. Joe game. And I feel like this does it a better job. I feel like I'm more excited to come back and see the different ways to play the game potentially. And that's just interesting to me. The Trailblazer, starting resources, special ability, gives you a nice boost on the trail. Once per game you may, so these are going to be, also your focus, if in 2+ player games, you'll race to complete bounties. Here's a peek at the first 2. So circle at least 4 sites in each region, have at least 5 in total. Okay. Lets you cheat at poker, starting resources, special ability. Once per game when resolving your poker hand, you may declare one poker card as any suit and any value. Okay, the cheat works thematically. Okay, I like that. Billy the Kid, special ability, the cowboy. And this is why I say zoom in on cards. So many companies don't zoom in on cards. It just blows my mind. If you get, like, you're selling this to board gamers who presumably have tried lots of different games, and when we, like, it's just, we want to see this stuff. If you gain anything, this turns Billy steals 1 card. Oh, okay. Rob people? Cool. Modify your value cards based on how many gold pans you have. See, I'm that invested in the game, I actually want to read all these. Day 6, more bounties. So they're just slowly unveiling stuff around the game. Interesting. But they're doing such a solid job of it. I come back here, they're not beating around the bush. Like, you're just showing me the card, and I like that. A great addition to the flip and fill genre with a unique draw mechanic using the deck of cards. The Wild West theme shines through the solid gameplay, a definite keep for my collection. Yeah, that sounds cool, because you get the 3 cards to choose from. Kickstarter edition extra included for backers. We have a few special treats for backers as our way of saying thank you for supporting the game. These extras will not be included in the retail version, so here's why you need to back it now instead of later. And still, I don't have the price. That's the only thing that's driving me nuts. Why are we beating around the bush so far on this? Because I imagine it's going to be a great price. Like, I feel like we're overselling at this point. Just gimme. Show me the money. We'll unveil more extras soon. New character. Cool. All right. Fliptown is an engaging and thematic puzzle. The game. So when will you though? That's my other question here. Because I feel like this doesn't particularly matter to me, but I'm sure it does to some people. Some people are always like, hey, that's an important thing, especially if the shipping is high. Fliptown is an engaging thematic puzzle. The clever use of poker cards adds to a new twist to a familiar genre with a wide variety of scoring options. You have plenty to discover as you mark off a claim in the Old West. I just want the price. The rulebook looks great. Not much of an incentive to back now. Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming there, just the one card. But if the price is right, like I don't even think about it. Because come on, let me look at the rule booklet. Why can't I look at the rule booklet? How do I what? No, go away. What did I do? Okay. We're gonna assume the rule book. Oh, here we go. Let's try this again. I click on it. I double click. There it is. Yeah, somebody said you got to double click it last time. All right, so we got components, setup. Love seeing those first. Overview of gameplay, common symbols. Let's check out the back of the thing. I bet it's really good. I bet it's a good back with a lot of information. Final ranking. Okay, it's got stuff. There's your solo achievements. This looks like a solid rule booklet. I'd be excited to read through this, I think. Pictures, illustrations, examples. Looks like it's someone who's designed other games. Reviews and playthroughs. Roll and write, flip and fill games. I absolutely love in general. For this one, the best I've played. I don't care to. I just want the price. Solo playthrough. That is fantastic. I do want that though. That's odd that it sends me away. Most people just post it directly on there, but whatevs. Advanced mode. Play through the advanced mode. Fantastic. You're actually spotlighting the length of that as well. Cool. I wonder if they just screen capped it. First impressions. This game shines. I'm very happy to come out. Purple Moose plays. When Fliptown excels. Okay. Fliptown preview. Great. Good stuff. Preview. Review. Exceptionally no game. I just want the price. And I know I could go right over here. But as people have mentioned me constantly, time and time again, and so I bring it up time and time again, if you're on mobile or if you're on iOS, you don't see that stuff over there. And the majority of people browse Kickstarter on mobile. I saw it most recently I saw a poll that showed like the percentage of people browsing things. At least I think I did. Sometimes I just imagine stuff. It's crazy. 4-day erase boards, but I'm pretty sure that one was legit. 4-day erase boards, custom design, 54 cards, poker. That sounded really weird, but I have ADHD and I just lay in bed all night and just vividly close my eyes and just can't stop thinking about stuff. And sometimes it's just, it's weird. Take a look at some beautiful cards by this. So now we're not zooming in as much on the cards, but how many cards are there? So what am I getting here? 4 cowboy bots cards, custom designed with 54 card poker decks. That's 58, the 14 characters, the 12 bounties. Okay. Like, this all seems right, but it's like, what is the price? Additional copies, $23 plus, so it's probably $23. I'm assuming you just decided to not have a pledge level. That drives me nuts. That half-point grade bump up I gave earlier, I'm taking it away. United States, because this is just a half-point grade. Like, there's no shipping section. There's no pledge level at all. Like, that's such a bizarre choice. $11, $13. So what's the price? So $5 for the $1. Show your support. Sit on the fence. 433 people for the print play. Wow, that's a great number. Retail store pledge $19, $25. So you're looking now at $36. Okay. It seems a bit high for what I was expecting to pay there. I'm not gonna lie. But once again, maybe it's because I don't have a firm grasp of the size of this box. No, so that's bigger than the box that I was thinking. But $11. That looks like a medium flat rate padded shipping envelope, all day, anywhere in the United States of America. $23. But maybe it's just because I don't have a good idea of the size. So I think the price isn't great. I don't feel like the price is great. I think, it's the shit. I mean, shipping sucks, but it's just when you add it in there, it's just, and now I'm looking at a $36 game. And I'm looking at a $36 game, and I'm looking at the sizes of the game. Like, I'm really focusing on the actual physical size of the game, and it's just, that's a pretty premium price right there for that size game. And I hate to say that, but it's how I feel. Let me know what you think about that. Someone bail me out in the chat if you agree or disagree. So I feel that's everything I've seen. Yes. So no price section at all. Like, that stinks. But still, it's doing really well. PNP seems the better option. Yeah, and I think that's why we're seeing such a high, like 433. That's a fantastic print and play number. Not bad price. Okay. I'm also a cheap ass. That is something that I have been told many, many times. FAQ, what are the game box dimensions? Wow. Look at there. 8 by 5 by 5 by 5. So it's like this by... Oh, so that's That's wider than I was expecting. Okay. I'm trying to do this in my head. Okay, so that bumps it up. I was honestly thinking it was like a Tasty Minstrel Games style box that's like about this size, maybe the kind of box you'd see for like Don't Mess with Cthulhu or High Society or something like that. And I was just like, that seems like a... So now I'm back on board with the price. I don't think it's a bad price. I don't think there's a great incentive to back it now as opposed to at retail, and that's just because there's only one card at the moment. We're pleased to show off our first Kickstarter extra, and so maybe they should just say, like, hey, here's when we're going to do another one. So we got 5 comments, 9 comments, so this one's probably just the people excited, but I want to see the updates, see how engaged they are. We still have an ace or 2 up our sleeves in the coming weeks. We look forward to sharing your surprises. Congratulations. Yeah, this is just people, hey, you rock, we're excited, we love this, and then you responding to them, cool. Pleased to offer our first Kickstarter extra, new character called the Gambler. Extra card. One thing to note, we calling these extras not exclusive. None of our extras will be exclusive to Kickstarter backers. Just wanted to make that clear. Well, these extras will not be included in the retail version. We will still be offering them as a Kickstarter packet so that others can purchase separately if they wish. But for you, it's all included with your pledge. Okay. That's, okay. I'm getting more excited about this every day. Anyone else hear Kenny Rogers singing in their brain now? Thank you. So these are just people that are super excited for the game. And that's fantastic. I would try and get them more engaged. I would say, you know, what's your favorite what's your current favorite portable game? You know, or what's your new second favorite portable game, because this one's going to be your number 1 or something like that. Just get people engaged. You know, game directions has been added to the FAQ as requested. Yeah, and that's okay. It's not just me. It's not just me. As always, when I look at these, I'm like, what's the size of the game box? I really want a physical, in my mind, representation of the size of the game box. And yeah, people want that, especially when we look at the shipping and we look at the price. Is there any reason from a rules gameplay perspective that I couldn't up the player count by printing and laminating some extra boards? The standard game supports unlimited play, so if you wanted to print out laminated extra boards, you could play as many players as you like. Oh no. Also, there are 15 characters in the box, so up to 15 players could play and each have a unique character. But the bottom line is, you could easily play this with 30 people, then 2 people sitting next to each other could share a character. And so I immediately think from a marketing perspective, marketing is a 1 to 4 player game is not, I don't feel like that's a smart play, because like 1 to 4 players, super restricted player count. Whereas if this says 1 to 99 players, and I know it's a flip and roll game, flip and right game, whatever the hell it's called, like that just gets me more excited about the game. And maybe you put a little asterisk on there and say, oh, you got to print them off, do extras, whatever. But that's just, I feel like that's a really cool aspect of the game, like a little ace up your sleeve that should be mentioned on the marquee, especially going back to that marquee. I hated it just for the use of, like, the redundancy right here. Like, this is the exact same thing as that, and instead put something else, like something that's really going to draw me in. Will they work with the random card draw selection? Hey, I'm really excited to play this game. Is it possible to get the game in Spanish? I now have a localization partner who's working on getting the game localized. Cool. Awesome. March 2023, and wow. And taking with some industry experts, I was told to generously pad my timeline due to supply chain issues. I honestly think I was able to deliver the game sooner than that. Oh, that's because, once again, this feels much more like a pre-order, and because the extra card pack on the side, you know, that's probably just going to be something that he does. You know, he just gets a couple cards, puts them into a little Ziploc bag, and sends those out. That's what I did when we had extra stretch goals like that. So, final grade 4, Fliptown. Do I want it? Yeah, I felt like the video was short, sweet, to the point. It made me interested in the game, and yeah, and I feel like I'm a pretty good market for this game as well, so I felt like they did a good job there. Can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable just because you talked about your pedigree and how you've designed other games and you've worked in the industry, and everything you have here looks polished. It looks good. These images are very well done and solid. And like this, like bam, you get straight to the point about all the stuff about why I want the game. So can you do it? Yeah, I feel comfortable despite the fact it's a first created kind of situation. And once again, you know, they'd crush this out of the park the next game, then you build brand loyalty. That's how you play the game. That being said, I don't feel like the updates are that engaging, which is unfortunate, but I do feel like they're running the Kickstarter really well for not having that much that's outside of retail, if you know what I mean. I don't need more flipping rights, but I do really enjoy them. Likewise, How much is it? I feel like the price, now that I know the size of the box, is around about what I think it's reasonable. I do think it's reasonable. I definitely feel like it's one of those ones where, yeah, you probably get it cheaper at retail and you wouldn't be missing out on much. But this is Kickstarter. You're supporting the dream. Steven's trying to build, he's been working for the man for too long, and now he's off on his own, doing his own company, and that's what we love to support. So how much is it? I feel like it's a reasonable price. $36 to the United States of America. Wait, was the VAT covered in the shipping? I glossed over that because I was just so shocked and appalled at the fact there was no pledge area. It just terrified me. Shipping costs are estimated subject to change. Estimated shipping and applicable taxes. So VAT, here we go. There may be additional VATs. So yeah, you're going to get jacked by the VAT, but they mentioned it. 11, 15, rest of the world 19. That's actually not. That's not terrible for quite a lot of countries. But you're going to pay the VAT towards the end. United States, Canada, okay. Look, dominated by U.S. So final grade for this one, I think it is a B+. Yeah, it had good quotes. It spotlighted its components really, really well. Not so much in the long, sexy scrolling shot, but just up at top where I was reading through all the cards and you had this daily spotlight thing, and I enjoyed going through this. And I thought that was really well done. I'm gonna go with a B+. Honestly, I think the only thing holding this back from an A is just no pledge level. Like that's and the fear of missing out isn't really there. It definitely feels like you could get this thing at retail after the fact but whatever. B+ on this one. Let me know in the comments below what is your final grade for Fliptown. And as always, if you enjoyed this Kickstarter, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers this year to celebrate my 10-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Bye bye.